Hey guys, welcome back, Profit Takers. It's your girl here, Victoria. And today, before we get started, we got a word from our sponsor, and our sponsor is the Forex Trading Journal Planner, guys. Now, I designed this planner initially for myself, and I decided to share it with the world. All right, so let's get to it. So the question is, are you strong enough to stay in the game long enough? Trading in itself is very tough, right? In trading without any direction or any support, is even more difficult. So I designed this to kind of help you in your journey, all right? It's to help you trade better and start making more profits, be more of a consistent, profitable trader. Okay, so you're going to refine your strategies. It's going to help you to learn the market maker cycle. It's going to help you to identify the level that you are in the market maker cycle. Okay, it's going to help you to enter your trades, sniper entries, right? It's going to help you identify the most popular patterns like the M and W's, and of course the head and shoulders, which is three M's or W's to create that pattern, which is one of my favorite patterns. Okay, so what else is it going to help you do? It's going to help you determine how long the trend is going to last, the best times for you to be in front of the market. Okay, so at the end of the day, you're going to be planning, you're going to be recording, you're going to be reflecting on your trading, right? You're going to be charting your strategies, you're going to audit your trading activities. It's going to make you more efficient, right? It's going to help you to review and improve, right? It's always good to go back to see where you were strong at and where you were weak at, and then you're going to know exactly what to do. Now, when you get this journal, guys, I actually have like several copies. You can get the standard blue one that you see there, or you can get the pink one, and the pink one does come in different colors, guys. And you can just visit my store, the Strong Enough store, and you can also find it on Amazon. It's actually going to direct you to Amazon to buy the journals. I found that it's just a more efficient way of doing business with Amazon, right? So when you do that, you will also get free MT4 indicators, all right? And you'll see the ones that I use all the time on my charts, and they're going to be yours for free. All right, so be sure to subscribe, like, comment, give me your feedback, guys. I really appreciate it. And with that, let's get to the charts. Good evening, good evening. Welcome back, Profit Takers. So today, I want to talk about levels. All right. So I'm going to try and make this entire trading journey for you as simple as possible, right? Because I find that when I first started to learn how to trade, there was just so many different terminologies. There was a lot of different ways people saw things. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think you just, whatever resonates with you and how you learn it, whatever sticks is basically what you need to stick with, right? So we always want to understand that within the market maker cycle, everything typically happens in threes. You've heard me talk about 3 ADR, 3 pushes, all that fun stuff. So this video for today is about the levels, because I haven't really just said, hey, let's look at the levels, because when I look at the levels, to me, it kind of reminds me of the other, different aspects that come with the trading. So I am, in this activity, guys, I'm going to ask that you backtest. Right. This is something that you would need to go in and start back testing so that you can have an idea of so you can see this in, of course, the whole foresight, hindsight thing. You need to be able to have an idea of the expectation. Now, we don't ever want to predict the market, right? But we still want to have a good idea of what to expect. So I got my pen out here. And I've already identified, the different areas of support and resistance market structure, if you will, right? So I like to use my my indicator here. Let me change the color. I like to use, I try to keep my chart as clean as possible. I haven't even used, I took the EMAs off just because today I just want to just focus on the levels, and I want you guys to go and back test. Now, don't break. Don't beat yourself up if you cannot see the levels. It's just something that has to come with time and with back testing. All right. So I like to use these indicators for me to help me to understand it. Just extra confluence, right? That's really what it is. And of course, it's December, we're getting close into the new year. But I promise you, if you go back and look at what happened last year, I'm pretty sure, nothing has changed. Okay. All right. So when I get this peak, guys, I'm going to identify this, right? This is already going to be the high. This is almost the high of 2 weeks ago. Where's today? Okay. So we had Monday. What's today's date, guys? Oh, today's Wednesday. Why do I feel like this is missing something? I think my little days thing is a little off, right? It is a little off. So let me see if I can fix that real quick. Let me go to my cursor. Let's see if I just see if that will fix it. Uh-oh. Looks like I need to reinstall this thing. Okay. Well, nonetheless, that's the high of the week. Okay. I don't want to spend too much time trying to figure out what's wrong with this indicator. I do have another one, but I'll have to just change it later. Okay. But for now, all we're going to do is really just look at the levels. All right. And I hope you can already see that this is going to be level 1, right? And this is level 2, and this is level 3. And level 3 is where you get the most volatile price action, right? And again, it's been, the holidays. So, the price action actually has not been that bad. I'll be quite honest, except for today's Wednesday, Tuesday. So this has to have been Monday, except for Monday. Okay. Monday was a little janky here, and it's expected when you're in level 3. So level 3 is always going to give you that really weird price action activity. So how do you classify the different levels? I mean, honestly, if you look at market structure, you can use that, right? You can use the market structure to help you with what level that you are in. And once you're in that level, you can have an idea of what to expect when that level comes, right? Now, it may not always be super duper perfect, but it's going to be dang near close. All right. So we had our peak here, and I love it when I get the peak. We have the new peak high, and then sometimes, these markets will be in, you're counting you're like, God dog. It's usually 1 to 3 days, right? Sometimes 4 days after the peak when we can expect, prices to get all the way down to level 3. But, again, we had news, we had holidays. So, these days after the peak could be extended a little bit longer than what we expect, right? So as of right now, I don't think I'm ready yet to count this. I'm not counting any of this yet. Until this is this would have been three hits to the low. I mean, obviously this would have been a perfect signal for us to take to go long. And then now we're starting the new peak, right? Now we have a new peak formation low, right? So that's what we would expect when we come into level 3, right? Now this has been an extended drop, right? But you can still see, right, that we had our pushes here. We had one push there. We had another push here. And then we had another push here. Now you can also count this. It could be, you're going to often see 3 to 4 pushes, right? Sometimes you'll see that, right? But again, market conditions are really a telltale sign. So you don't want to get too, you don't want to beat yourself up if the market conditions are just not there for you to take the trade. Right. But usually, guys, when we're in normal market conditions, we have our new peak, we have our first day. After the new peak is really the great trade, right? We have a peak formation high trade that we can execute right here, okay? And then it's just a lovely drop all the way to the low, right? So once we get to the low, usually that's 2 to 3 days. It goes into the 2 to 3 days drop, right? So then, you know, we're dropping again. But honestly, to be quite honest, I made this thing super duper easy. But to me, this thing looks like it did 2 sessions, right? So let me just draw the 2 sessions. Okay, so we had our drop here, and then boom, it did this. That's exactly what this looks like to me. Whenever it starts to go longer than, you know, the 3 to 4 days, you just really have 2 bear sessions that happen, right? And that's exactly what this thing looks like to me. Okay, because you could have easily counted this as 1 and then 2 and then 3, and then you got your W here, and then it started again. Okay, and it started again. So guys, those are the levels. So we typically are expecting 3 levels of drop, 3 pushes down, 3 to 4 days after the peak on the normal market conditions. That's normal. That's what we normally expect. But don't get confused if you see that the market just reset itself. Like it looks like that's what happened here, and we dropped again, right? That was another bear market that it looks like it happened here before we finally got into level 3. Okay, so that's how I look at it. So what I challenge you to do, guys, is to go into the pairs that you trade and to identify the different areas, right? That's all you, I mean, there's nothing else you can do but that. Let's look at this one. This was a great trade I took today. That was short. Okay. Now you can see this again. This is not your best market conditions, right? It's just really not when it comes to counting these different levels, right? So let me see what we can do here. But I'm not going to beat myself up if I can't do it. I'm just going to continue to identify my highs of the week and lows of the week, right? I'm going to use the market structure. Okay, this looks good to me. Okay, so that's how I'm going to do it. All right, so this one was ranging like crazy, right? So if we find ourselves in a market like this where it is ranging like crazy, all you're going to do and how you're going to trade this is, again, mark your high and your low for the week, and then you're going to take the trade from the high and low of the week. You cannot go wrong with that, right? So like today, like I said, oh, look at this one. It wants to act right almost. It almost wants to act right. So I definitely need to reset my indicator here, because you see how the Monday and the Tuesday are just coming together there. Right. So this one, because it was at the high, I took this trade here. I didn't hold it for long. I think I held it to around here, but I did take this lovely trade today from the high. It was a great trade. And same with gold. Holy moly. Not only did I take this from the high, I also took it from the low. This was another great opportunity right at the low. Okay. I know I'm kind of going ahead of myself. I didn't mean to do this, guys, because my whole focus for this video today is just simply for you to go and identify the levels. Right. So once you have those levels set up and identified, my next video, I'm going to cover in a little bit more detail what happens during each level. Like I already kind of hit some of those topics tonight, but I want to go into a little bit more detail on what happens in level 1, which is your first push, level 2, second push, level 3, third push, and then level 4. So let me draw this out really quick before we close. And I challenge you, and you can always, I do have the locals group. You can definitely be a part of locals, and you can definitely go in there and draw your levels and post your charts in there and get some support. I'll be happy to talk to you about those different I'll be happy to talk to you about your different pairs that you're looking at, and then give you some guidance there, right? Definitely. Hey, 10 Plus Sounds, welcome to the channel. Hey everyone, check out 10 Plus Sounds channel. He does music, which I really like, because it's good to have something that's playing in the background to keep you focused when you're trading. That's not too much distraction, right? And the ultimate goal, guys, when you're trading is to be able to trade 2 to 3 hours, right? 2 to 3 hours a day, and be done and walk away from the charts. So what did I do just now, guys? I just showed you how you can count these pushes. So this is, of course, the new peak. Okay, this is the new peak formation high. And this is our first push down. Okay, and this is our second push, right? And this is our third push, right? You can look at it this way. I put 1, 2, 3, 4 because this fourth push up, guess what? That completes the cycle for the market maker cycle. So then you can see here, like I was sharing here, this looks like it just started all over again, right? And you can see that we have 1, 2, 3 gigantic candles, which also represents a completion of the cycle as well. That also, when you see candles like this can just basically tell you that, you're lucky if you get anything, while this market is ranging. This was big time luck. I didn't trust this trade today for NOS, so I didn't even take it. I was too busy looking at gold anyway, gold and the Aussie, and I took, excuse me, a few pips, about 20 pips off of GU as well. But as you can see, this is it right here. And within each one of these, we have the levels, right? Hope it's getting a little messy, but I hope that makes sense. So in our next video, and I'll just try to do this playlist here, and then of course use the locals for where you can actually share your charts, mark up the levels, and then that's the only way you can do this is to backtest. I mean, there's really, when you're trying to learn the market maker cycle, this is the very first thing I would recommend, because it's also like your support and resistance, right? It's definitely like your support and resistance, but if you look at it as 3 levels or 3 pushes down, then it'll help you to really see the big picture. Okay, so I hope that made sense, everyone. And I think with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and conclude. I really appreciate you all joining me and giving me some likes. Look at that. We got 5 likes. Thank you so much. And thank you for those who are subscribers. As you know, I'm looking to get to the next milestone here of 1,000 subscribers. And, with your help, we'll get there. All right, guys. With that, we're going to go ahead and close. Have a lovely evening.